Tonight on the W2 Report, the question and answer session that never was in 60 seconds.
This is the W2 Report with Sanji Homura. Here's Sanji.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I am your host, Sanji Homura. Thank you for watching tonight's episode, or today's episode, wherever you are, and I hope you have a good day today. Today, we are going to take over some ground rules, and for that, we turn to Lord Crocker Squirrel, as always.
Rule number 1, do not be the dick. Rule number 2, if you have any questions, please refer to rule number 1.
All right, we turn to our third man in the ring, Mr. Vaughn. Welcome back, Mr. Vaughn.
Hello, a pleasure to be here. Remind me, what was the first rule again?
Be not the dick.
Oh, right. Okay, I need to write these down somewhere. I'll do that next time.
It might actually behoove you to do so in case I'm not available one day.
Fair enough. I might need flashcards or something.
What?
Oh.
I can be not available on some days.
No. You're conscripted here.
Wait, there's a script?
Yeah. Did you not get yours?
Here, I thought it was just me making the coffee.
It could well be. That's in the script, actually.
Well, that's what I'm doing now. Something about the coffee pot being within arm's reach.
Ah.
So today we take a look at a YouTube channel by the name of Future Game Show and their recent sit down in quotation marks with Diablo IV developer Joseph Papari and art director John Mueller, and asked them all sorts of questions. As you can see here,
Reportedly. Okay, so just for those people who are listening in after the fact, we have a YouTube video here called Diablo IV Devs Answer Your Questions. And there will be a link in the description at some point.
Yes, there will be a link to the
Here
video.
And on Spotify.
Yes.
We will have to link sources.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will I be able to view this on my fax machine?
Probably not.
Okay, just checking.
So each of the questions got scrutinized, as they rightfully should. Because nobody heard of Future Game Show before. Most certainly not Phil Tacular, who went on to tweet. So Blizzard Entertainment and Future Game Show put out a Diablo IV Devs Answers Your Questions video, but the questions seemed so off. Luckily, they included the handles of, quote, people asking these questions, so we can easily verify them. Sure, nothing whack is going on, Brad.
Oh, certainly not.
Seems legit.
All the lovely softball questions.
Yes.
You know, when you make softball look good.
Yes. Questions like, the cutscenes in D4 are so gorgeous. How important was it to get these as high quality as they are in the game? From Twitter handle Emma Rocks. What seems to be the problem with this statement?
How original. Nobody's going to call it D4 for a start.
That's true.
There's no four-sided dice.
How about the fact that Miss Emma Rocks only has one tweet in her...
Well, there we go. She loves Justin Bieber.
Over 10 years of being on Twitter.
13 years on Twitter, one tweet.
I think the fact that she spelled love as in L-U-V is probably, testament enough that this is probably not real.
Oh, yes.
Although it does make sense for 2010.
Or how about this greatest hit? Thanks for putting couch co-op in the game. I imagine this makes development significantly harder. Why was it so important to include this in Diablo 4?
Why would you not?
Said DC2 from Twitter. What seems to be a problem with this statement?
You can't play games with your couch.
Yeah. Not only that, but DC2 says DC2 was created the day of the premiere.
Wow.
And you may note that this Twitter account was created during a Quinn69 live stream.
I will say, Sanji, I don't think it's fair that you got my Twitter page up. That is my page. I don't accept being called out like this.
Yeah. We know.
Or
my one follower there.
D4 out of 10, his only tweet.
What does that even mean? Just for a simpleton like myself.
It can mean a couple of different things. It could mean a four-sided dice.
Could be.
Or it can mean Diablo 4, evidently.
But Diablo 4 out of 10.
Well, there's also a game called Dark Dreams Don't Die, which is actually subbed as, or it's D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die.
Ah. That makes sense.
So, yeah. No.
Either way, big fan of the D.
Okay. I'm not. There's some cattle prods involved there that I'm not going anywhere near.
All right. How about this greatest hit? Heistmaster from Reddit. Will skill trees be further expanded with new branches / choices for existing abilities in future patches and seasons? I'd love skill clusters like the Necromancer's Curse cluster to have some extra oomph. There's two things wrong with this statement.
Who says oomph?
Well, man, now it's three. Why does he know about the Necromancer? And for starters,
well,
and
I think the Necromancer would have been from a previous installment of the game, would it not?
No.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But
they've been keeping everything about the new Necromancer under wraps, like forever.
Maybe, but it does seem like at the bottom they're not really like leaking anything or anything. They're just saying from a previous game they'd like it to be expanded upon, maybe. But even so, it's not great.
Well, that's just it. The Necromancer class was. I don't remember when it was announced, but it was not available in the beta that they had a while back.
Ah, it makes sense.
well, Mr. Heistmeister himself was created on September 27th, 2012, and hasn't posted anything.
But he's got a trophy, being in the 10-year club. So
I've got one of those.
He's pretty prestigious, I'd say. I'd vote him for president.
I do, but then again, I go to Reddit and make the odd tweet sometimes.
Yeah, it could be any of us.
Sure. Or how about this greatest hit? Rob from the Block on Twitter.
Sorry. I love that
While
username.
older games certainly had a lot of multiplayer, they were absolutely viable single-player games. Do you feel this element will be lost in the ever-increasing push toward seasons of battle passes in Diablo 4?
I didn't know there was going to be a battle pass.
I certainly hope not.
Oh, there
But then
is.
this is Activision Blizzard we're talking about here. It probably will.
Oh, there is. There's 3 of them.
Ah, grand. Also, Rob from the Block, does that mean like steal from the block, or is he Rob who lives on the block?
I think he's supposed to be Rob that lives on the block.
Okay, just checking. He's not like encouraging youths to go out and steal from their neighbors, essentially.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, good.
Okay, what the problem is, Rob from the Block had 1 tweet. That's it. Created after the live stream.
Is it bad that I want to question the facial hair?
Yeah, it's that bad.
It's not great, but I don't remember when soul patches were in.
The 1960s.
Ah, a time traveler.
And the biggest problem of them all, Immortal 1997 from Reddit.
Is that where he lives, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
In Diablo 3, it felt like characters from past seasons were a bit underpowered to play. Once new ones came along, will Diablo 4 give incentives to play old normal mode characters once seasons come along?
It's a fair question.
Fair question. Too bad this player happens to be an ARPG enthusiast and legal expert. Created May 26, 2023.
Oh my god.
Who happens to have the Twitter handle Rob from the Block and the YouTube channel Rose from the Movies 11, who happened to ask another question. Who happened to ask another question on the Q&A session.
Oh my god. It's just the fact that it says, "What do you mean? I am very real."
And then a commenter saying fake news.
I think that was the same guy. And also, he had a picture, like the selfie he had taken. Like, why did he do that sort of stuff?
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back for a second. He looks like Asmongold with a bald head.
It could be any of us at some point. But
Not me.
It says 1997, and that's the year I was born, and I promise you that's not me.
19. Damn, you're a pup. The hell?
I'm hip and hop. I'm down with the kids.
You are the kids. Fuck, you're not even 30, dude.
Give it time, and I will join the 30 club.
Yeah, you could come see me when you join the 50 club.
Is there a prize?
Huh?
Is there
Arthritis?
a prize? Oh, no. Arthritis is the prize.
Your prize will be to see whether or not I'm still breathing in and out. And then I'm going to tell you, and if I am, I'm going to tell you how much it fucking sucks. So,
Okay, so we went through this, and it blew up. And so, having been caught red-handed, the Future Game Show went back and altered the description of the video. This was caught May 26, 2023 on the Wayback Machine. What changed? Some of the usernames in the video have been altered for anonymity at the request of the user.
No, they haven't.
wrong.
they're just like they're just trying to cover up, but it's not working at all.
I know, right?
Because even
I
us,
s-
like
I
with
s-
our
I said-
basic research found that these aren't real accounts.
Just remember, just remember, folks, there is a reason that nobody wants 4chan's attention. And unfortunately, unfortunately, this time they got double-barreled autism because they got 4chan and Reddit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just one away
And-
from the Illuminati.
What, the farms?
It could be.
Oh no, Kiwi Forbes is good too. They're a little more weaponized, but the farms, they're a tad bit more weaponizable than Reddit, and they're a lot less woke.
What about MySpace?
I don't know. I don't even know if MySpace is still in business.
I don't think there's any survivors.
Huh?
I don't think there's any survivors.
Yes. They all went to Flakebook.
Flakebook.
It's a valid name. It's a completely valid name.
Yeah. I hope it's just a book of flakes. Like cornflakes.
Not so much cornflakes, it's just flaky fucking people.
Damn. Need some moisturizer.
So, what could have caused Future Game Show to create these random accounts? This is perfectly a valid question, because we all know that the creator, the Future Game Show, received 0 questions when they released the announcement that they're asking developers, Diablo IV developers, for questions. We all know that they got 0 questions, according to Jason Schreiber.
Well, that means that Jason Schreier knows, not the rest of us. And Jason hasn't always been the most how do I want to put this, reliable source over the last decade.
Well, not ideal. But we've all been there.
I mean, this is the man that helped everybody else swear that Gator Grape was just not a thing.
I mean, the fact he
At
made
least
any sort of tracks with
not in the terms of like total backlash against fuckery.
Well, the fact he made any headway with that at all is mildly impressive.
What?
Well, trying to convince other people that something doesn't exist. Even if you convince one person,
it was just a huge misogynist attack.
Oh,
You know. That's what we were all told.
I see.
That's what the mainstream media picked up, when in fact it was a bunch of people pissed off because they found the corruption in the gaming media. They weren't even really bothering to try and hide it.
Yikes! Keep corruption out of gaming.
Yeah, well, it was the whole get woke, go broke, and yeah,
That's off my new disc.
if memory serves, he was working for Kotaku at the time.
Oh,
Another
imagine
place
not
I have
anymore.
reservations for. Okay.
Okay, moving on. Let's see here.
Sanji doesn't want me being any more controversial than I already have been.
We're being censored.
I'm being... I'm being censored! Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
For those of you at home, you'll just hear bleeps at that point. But yeah.
Oh, no.
Now, you'll notice that this tweet right here, according to way back on May 27th.
Just remember that podcasty people will not notice because they cannot see. They're listening. So you have to describe some of these things, sir.
We are on the internet.
Okay, way back from May 27th, 2023, Future Game Show released a tweet. This is an archive of the tweet sent out by Future Game Show from May 13th. We are sitting down with Diablo IV developers next week to answer community questions. Reply with your questions from the developers, Diablo IV. You'll notice that the only two tweets from the replies were from well after the video premiered, which was the premiere date was May 25th, 2023.
Yeah, to be fair, 9 retweets is not great for a page of that sort of magnitude.
Or at least the expected magnitude. You would expect much more from a place like that. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Future Game Show has a current following of 4,808 followers.
Okay.
They are part of Games Radar, which, according to their Twitter page, has over 1 million followers.
Which is probably bullshit. Or at least not entirely accurate.
No, there were the people that made questions.
You would think that with somebody with the reach of Games Radar would have promoted a Future Game Show Q&A session a little bit harder than they have been. But nope. 2 replies from well after the Q&A session was over. So what does
Please do not die. We need you to finish that question.
What does Future Game Show do if you're in this situation? Do you ask your do you ask your questions anyway? And
I
this
don't know, to be honest. I don't know if they have, if they were their questions. I have a theory that it might have been the developers' questions, just trying to hint at things to come.
Well, I don't know either. But if they were the developers' questions, then Activision Blizzard has a bigger problem on their hands than anything.
No, seriously. Lucy, you got some splitting to do!
Yeah.
That's despicable.
After they got caught, Future Game Show released this statement. We messed up. This video was originally titled Diablo IV Developers Answer Your Questions. The intent of this video was for Diablo IV developers to react to and answer questions from the community. However, the questions we asked for the developers were sourced from Diablo IV fanbase, which isn't true, and from members of the FGS editorial team.
Who is FGS?
Future Game Show.
Game Show.
Uh-huh.
Some of the community...
It's entirely possible they got one of the questions from the fan site or whatever the hell that was, because it's not impossible that is a thing that happens sometimes. and then the rest of it, and then all of the other questions were from the editorial team.
True.
Tell me that's an impossibility.
It's a possibility.
Oh, it's definitely a possibility.
See, because if they got one question from the from the fan base, then yippee, they can make that claim. They added the editorial team, which means that's where the rest of the questions came from.
Just while we're on this page, though, Sanjay, I have a bit of an off-topic question. Are you a big fan of Bob Ross?
I heard he was a nasty little guy.
I'm just looking at the the recommended.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't mind. That dude is some serious ASMR, but and this is Saji's YouTube. Oh wow! Oh, the top 2 recommended are Bob Ross.
Yeah,
What the hell have you been doing, Saji?
ASMR.
I still don't know what that means.
It just means like breathing into the mic and chewing into the mic and stuff like that.
No, it's actually
It's a little bit like that.
it's relaxation type thing. I forget exactly what it stands for, but you know what? I can do that.
But you know what? Google was made for that, right?
Yes, I do.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Your friend beat you to it.
Case closed.
Well, thank you, guys.
Case closed. Case closed. Take me away.
Yep. Careful, we'll get censored again.
Yeah,
Okay.
generally, it just at least it's a thing that leads you to a chill, and sometimes you might just crash out as a result of. I admit that Bob Ross was was actually live on PBS, which is one of the very few channels I got, like a million years ago. And he put me to sleep. Absolutely put me to sleep. I'm watching him. I'm watching him with the happy little trees.
Okay, continuing on. Some
At
of the
3 in the
community.
morning.
Yeah. Some of the community members and our team members that submitted these questions requested that they be made anonymous so had their usernames and the platforms they submitted on changed for the purposes of this video. The new usernames were randomly generated, but on further investigation, some of these related to real accounts, albeit inactive accounts with very few posts or followers, and had nothing to do with the creation of the video. This was not made clear in the video, and we apologize for any confusion this caused.
Yeah, you just want to check that beforehand.
Bullshit.
Yes, we sense bullshit.
I'm
That
highly
could be very serious.
Bovine excrement alert.
Hey, that's my Reddit handle. How dare you?
Activision Blizzard and the Diablo IV developers did not pre-approve these questions and were only made aware of them during the interview itself. We did not make this distinction between community-led and FGS-led editorial team questions clear, and have edited the video's headline and thumbnail for transparency.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we see right through that.
Yes. Be one with transparent. How about I trans your parent? Okay.
What?
This should not exist.
What should not exist? Oh, the video
These
itself?
archives. These archives should not exist.
They shouldn't have to.
This should be filled with questions.
And was not.
If that
because
and
reason.
if that were remotely true, future game show.
Ironically, they got more questions from this rather than for it.
Absolutely.
Completely unlike Bud Light.
Hmm.
I mean, if they were remotely honest, they would have called it this to start.
Diablo 4 developer interview for those at home.
I wouldn't see. With this, if they had done that, it would have been completely unremarkable.
I'm like, come on, Squirrel, get it out.
It would have all been completely unremarkable. We would, and nobody would care.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for that. If they told us the truth right up front that this was an interview and not a questions and answer session.
Well, a Q&A session sounds way cooler.
It does. It's a big search term. As in, that's what a lot of people will search for.
Now, if the other version of QA actually got done properly, we might actually have a game.
True.
Very true.
We all know Activision. They're bad at that.
Blizz division.
If any of that were remotely true, all because the producer of this video wanted to hide his identity in the video.
Couldn't they
Which
have
is
put
a-
question
which is-
one? Instead of like
Question one.
instead of like a username, like ask this question, they could just say question one. There we go.
Yeah, they could have even done that, and nobody would be none the wiser.
And well, if they'd done that, it would be like nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody would care.
Caring is hard.
Caring is sharing.
Caring is sharing. And sharing is
Oh,
caring.
wow. I did not realize the microphone was that sensitive on this laptop. Good job.
We hear all, Chris.
That doesn't surprise me. You seem
even when the laptop's off, man.
You seem like a fairly intelligent lad.
Oh, trust me, my one brain cell is working overtime.
Oh, goodness. Well, anyway, I think this would about wrap it up for us this week.
I didn't miss it this time, Sanji.
Huh?
I didn't miss it this time.
No, you didn't.
And now we're going to go to audience questions. So from username1234, they are.
Wait, what?
Oh, I was just making a joke about the
Oh,
fake
it's like I have to check
questions.
comments. Check the comments, man. Check.
I don't think we know how to get questions out of the audience at this point. We're a small channel.
Large and great things have small beginnings.
Yes.
Of
Sometimes
course.
it take a minute.
Yes. Of course, if you want to join us live, we are planning on performing again at Anime Fest in Dallas 2023. So if you want to join us, we will be at the Sheraton Hotel in Dallas, or at least I will be. Everybody else will join us via Discord, like usual, like last year.
The last time. I don't know that we don't have enough of these under the belt for it to be as usual. We just don't. And silly Sanjis are silly. Okay.
But Sanji is the face and the visual, so that's all we need really.
I know they don't want to see my ugly mug, so fuck it. I don't care.
Wait, no,
I don't
if
think
you
it's
do,
you that has the problem.
If you do though, Squirrel, you'd have to turn up in a squirrel in a croco squirrel costume or cosplay.
Oh no.
I will purchase one for you if needed.
Well,
Getting
Well,
someone
if
to
you-
make that would be probably something close to 50K.
We'll just use the ad revenue. It's fine.
Ad revenue? What ad revenue?
what is ad revenue these days?
Wait, you guys aren't getting paid?
Usually somewhere between 5 and 7% of the overall, and I don't even get that. My ad revenue makes up about a tenth of the. It actually makes up less. My total ad revenue for a month makes up less than a tenth of 1%.
1,000.
Well, until the next time we see you, beware. The tax man cometh.
Why would he want?
Hello, folks. This is Morgan Freeman. This concludes our broadcast day. I'm Morgan Freeman.